A nice packing job, I must say. Never heard of this. Sealed air. Let's see if I can... No. Here she comes. The tubes individually wrapped, that is a nice touch. When I was in college in Boston, I played in a band, and I played venues that did not require the amplifier that I owned. A Mesa Boogie Triple Rectifier, 150 watts of face-melting power. So my history with this amp, I was playing at the Middle East, upstairs, this famous little venue in Boston. Anyone who's ever played in a band goes through the Middle East circuit at one point or another. The club owner asked me to turn my amp around after sound check, like physically turn the speaker around so it wasn't facing the crowd, because it sounded like a jet engine. We started the first song when the set happened, and they asked me to replace the amp. That was too much amp for me back then, but I went on Sweetwater's Gear Exchange, or GX if you're cool. Found this listing here, and well, that was enough for me to make the purchase of this beautiful amp. And now it's on the way to my house, almost 15 years later from owning this amp. It's mine again. And I'd like to thank Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. This is the Gear Exchange where I was able to find this amp. They only have vintage and used gear on this particular part of Sweetwater. There's no new stuff mixed in, plus their shipping rates are crazy low because they pass savings from Sweetwater's bulk deals, and if you want to just keep your money on Sweetwater, there's no seller fees. Otherwise, standard, no extra rates or fees. It's the best deal for selling used gear, so you can check out the Sweetwater Gear Exchange using the link in the description. Thank you so much to them for making my Mesa Boogie Triple Rectifier dreams a reality once again. Now that I have a studio with an amp attenuator and all different cabinet options, I can really get the most out of this amp and demonstrate some of my favorite Mesa-inspired tones that I've ever heard recorded. Let's hear what this amp sounds like, that familiar Mesa roar. First riff had me a little confused when I first learned it. I used to play the Spoonman riff wrong, like this. Doesn't have any groove, doesn't have any feel, doesn't have any soul, because I don't have any slides. We need those slides to connect those notes. Doesn't that sound better? Wait until you hear it with the full band. The next tone on our list is sort of a meme at this point, but the Mesa dual rectifier, I believe, that was used to dial in this sound, well, it's just essential to nail that vocal-friendly, soaring lead melody that happens with the very thick riff. But of course, to start it off, the green clean channel of a beautiful Mesa and some humbuckers. This next riff is from Linkin Park, and there's so many different great Linkin Park Mesa-inspired walls of sound to choose from, but this riff is really cool because it takes a traditional guitar riff replaces it with a couple cool little tricks. You want to dial in some extra gain for this one to really activate these harmonics, so I have the red channel going. This next riff really puts on display what a Mesa is all about, especially this triple rectifier. I have the gain really maxed out, but it's on this vintage setting, so we still have a lot of clarity and yet the roar. I can't use that word enough when it comes to Mesa tone. The roar of Jerry Cantrell's guitar in an Alice in Chains song in 7/4. Did you know this riff actually contains a sharp 9 chord? The next riff on our list is one of my personal guitar heroes and huge influences, Mike Einziger's riffage in Incubus. In this era, he was using PRS into Mesa. I think he had a semi-hollow or hollow body PRS guitar, but it has this beautiful dry crispness. It's almost single coily, but Mike would also dial in incredibly heavy tones in this era as well. The next riff on our list is a Metallica riff. Which Metallica riff is most inspired by Mesa tones? You may think the Black Album, but me personally, I know that they were used and combined with other amplifiers on Injustice for All to lean on some of Mesa's darker voicings, and this sort of sound is almost impossible to replicate. Honestly, none of these tones are necessarily the same exact tones that you're going to get on the recordings, but you can hear the inspiration. The fingers will do all the talking, and, you know, no Mesa-inspired guitar tone list would be complete without including some Tool. Adam Jones uses a variety of different guitar tone options, but the Mesa inspiration is always apparent, and his guitar playing is all about having clarity among dissonant, heavy guitar chords, and the lower gain setting on a Mesa is going to give us that with a lot of headroom so we can get some crunch and aggression while still having some control to the energy. Tool is just the best band ever, aren't they? Song on our list, oh, it just creates something inside, and the very intricate guitar chord voicings for the rhythm that maybe not a lot of people play correctly. This is just a masterpiece of guitar work, and they absolutely used Mesa amplifiers on this recording. Are you ready to get down? So there you have it, my favorite recorded Mesa tones. I thought that the Triple Rectifier did all of these justice, and what a versatile, heavy amp. And I know what you're thinking, dude, where's all the John Petrucci love? Well, you know, I didn't get to him. I was going to play some Petrucci riffs, but I just didn't quite get there. I'm so sorry, but absolutely honorable mention. John, I'll totally tackle your catalog in the next Mesa-inspired tone video. I'm so sorry I didn't quite get to him this time. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for checking out Sweetwater Gear Exchange. If you're interested in buying or selling your gear, please use the link in the description to do so, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, keep shredding.